We apologize for yesterday because StreamYard was being a royal pain in the patootie.
That's a nice way to put it.
That's the way I was told to put it by the love of my life.
That's an understatement.
Back.
Yep.
Hey, there's no echo.
Let's go.
Not yet, at least.
Shut up.
Let's go.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Okay, now that
But Victor, I get your point. How many times have we fought with machinery over 30 years?
The war machine has never ended.
Nope. It's the ride that never ends, according to a popular YouTuber, and I just lost my screen.
This is the ride that never
ends. Shut up.
Let's go.
Please.
Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Mister, will you please wake up? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up. I got to thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Here we
I
go.
would say send those SEALs to the Atlantic Coast Conference, but they already have enough problems as it is.
Chapel Bill now.
No comment. And I used to live in that area. Good morning, and welcome to the Wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. A lot on the docket today. I got a Snowman's take that will follow Dietz's words of why the normies hate Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. We will preview the NFC North, bringing back something that Victor always loved, a few baseball musings.
Oh, baseball musings.
Baseball musings. Yes, a black man's talking about baseball. We'll talk more college football as Dietz is here to preview the Southeastern Conference. And I'm excited to say that at the top of hour 2, we will have Illinois high school basketball coaching legend William Rocky Hill with us.
That's gonna be crazy.
That's going to be fun. He's helping out things at Chicago State. As Chicago State begins its inaugural, and yes, I'm saying this correctly, football season. And yours truly just may wind up being the voice of said team. We'll talk later about that. But somebody's waiting in the background for us. And before he decides to throw a fastball faster than Dwight Gooden, I better bring him in.
Passionate.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Totally.
This one has a chance.
Deeds.
That's not just a murmur, that's a full-blown fibrillation.
Brother Deeds, how are you this morning?
What's up, guys?
How's it going, Deets?
There's nothing like fixing a tire at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey.
Been there. Been there.
It's always a lovely start to the day.
Deeds, I can sympathize. It's called fixing a camshaft at 7.
Yeah.
I definitely can sympathize.
Or changing brakes at 6:30.
Or I've been through that 3 times. Right before, and all 3 times it was right before I had to go to work. Yikes. All right. I'm going to be in with a snowman's take that will have a phrase that Dietz says a lot. And Dietz, you're going to love this one. And folks, before you even ask, I did not write it.
Let's go.
No echo for once. Hallelujah.
Don't jinx it.
I'm not. Now give me this camera. Dietz laid me a warning 3 years ago when Caitlin Clark got drafted that the normies were coming for the Indiana Fever. And he also said that once the normies start covering not just the Fever, but the WNBA, the blank will hit the fan. Well, I'll be damned. The normies have surrounded not just the WNBA, but they've surrounded covering the Indiana Fever like they know what the blank they're doing. I don't have my soundboard up, so I'm using the word blank instead. Like they know what the blank they're doing.
And the blank done hit the fan.
The blank has hit.
The WNBA's done it to themselves.
They really have.
It is self-inflicted.
The WNBA has done it to the WNBA has done it to themselves, and now the normies are coming out of nowhere claiming they know about the catastrophe when they weren't around when the blank hit the fan the first time in 2024. And to say something I'm trying not to say aloud, these normies have blanked me off.
Well, what's happened is the league has pushed so far that no one could ignore it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still trying to push all of this narrative, and now people are starting to call them out on it.
Yep.
People like Enes Kanter are calling them out and just highlighting the league's BS that
it's a lot of BS.
And the league wants to continue to attack people like Sophie Cunningham, who are trying to keep the WNBA.
Yep.
And meanwhile, you have people like Enes Kanter and others. And I mean, it's not like there's just one. There's others that are saying, "Oh, I'm a retired NBA player. Guess what? I'm going to go play for the WNBA because I can. Because there's nothing in the bylaws that says I can't."
So they're going after it, which I don't blame them.
And
I don't blame them at all.
And that's how it gets in the hands of, as we say, the normies. That's how it gets in the hands of other commentators who are not sports people. And to be fair to their audience, that's the first thing they hear about the WNBA. That's the first contact they have is this league is a joke and doesn't know what they're doing. Right. And that audience catches on, and it just plays telephone. It just goes, it goes to one group tells another group, another group and
it spreads from there.
And it goes and it spreads like wildfire. That's
not the same sentence.
Yep.
And that's what we've been trying to say, and that's what I've been ringing the bell of warning the WNBA. This is coming. You need to get ahead of it, and you need to steer it in the right direction. And at every turn, they have gone the complete wrong direction.
They've gone.
And
not only have they gone,
that feeds them.
that not only have they gone the complete opposite direction, like you said, Dietz, at every turn when they had a chance to get ahead of it, they've gotten so far behind it, it's not even crazy. In fact, they have doubled.
It's not just on the league; it's on the enablers. The enablers of this league, the people, and this goes to all the people out there that for the last 2 years that I've been ringing this warning of it's coming, that have been saying, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Well, guess what? It's here. It's here now. We've been telling you what to do, and you've defied every single thing that we've tried to tell you. This is what you need to do to prevent it. You have defied us at every turn.
Every single turn.
Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to do our own thing. And we've been trying to tell you, you're going down a road that there's going to be no coming back from. And they're reaching it, and there's still the enablers on that network that we always talk about, on many other networks that are saying, oh, just push through it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing race baiting. Keep pushing the LGBTQ agenda.
Yep.
And we've been trying to tell you, this is gonna backfire badly.
And it's backfiring. It's backfiring so badly.
It's not just backfiring, it's getting thrown in their face. And they have that's all, and that's the thing. They trash Sophie when all Sophie was saying is be prepared for this to happen.
Yep.
Prepare yourself. Get us in a position where we can say, no, the WNBA is for women.
Right.
Preserve our space. And the WNBA leadership said, no, that's not what we want to do. And now it's being challenged in the most goofiest way possible. But there's nothing they can do about it. Because they put nothing themselves into a corner of they either have to cave in and backtrack on what and say Sophie was right, or they have to bite the sword and lay down.
Looks like they're doing
both options. Both options are not good for the league.
And they're biting the sword more than anything else. You can you can tell.
When you can tell when you back the wrong horse for as long as they have, you cannot back off from it.
For many years. Hold on, guys. For many years, they have backed, honestly, very, very few players. Very few. The last player that I know of that they completely backed and pushed forward was Candace Parker.
Nope.
No?
No. It goes way. They didn't even back her. They didn't back her.
Really?
I ask Allie. Allie's told us the story a million times that Kathy Engelberg wouldn't even talk to Candace Parker. Wouldn't even feel Candace Parker's phone calls.
That's right.
They didn't even care about and I'm not saying they didn't put. I'm saying they didn't even care. They didn't even care enough about Candace Parker. Candace Parker is probably the best women's basketball player we've seen. And they didn't care enough to deal with her. So she's not even an example. She's an example on the wrong side of this is how the league deals with its star players.
Now we see the latest.
Collier has basically called out the league and said,
"Yep." And she got backlash for it. Nafisa Collier got backlash for it.
She got thrown under the bus. And we're seeing it. We're seeing what's happening. We're seeing what's happening to this league.
Sophie Cunningham's called it out. Nafisa Collier has called it out. A few other people have called it out. God knows we have here on the show.
That being said, I have a theory, and I think this theory is coming into light, especially if you look at the last couple games of the Fever. You look at with all the pressure off of Caitlin Clark and all the pressure on Sophie.
Yes.
Sophie's done it again. Last year in Connecticut, when the Sun players were trying to get to Caitlin, who stepped up?
Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie stepped up and took the fight to the Sun. What happened this year? Right after the All-Star break, Sophie basically pulled the pin on the grenade, threw it in the middle, and is now taking all the media hype. She's taking all the media criticism.
She's taking all the shrapnel.
And it's all off Caitlin. And what has happened the last basically since the All-Star break? Caitlin Clark has been able to 40-10 every game.
Caitlin Clark is being who Caitlin Clark has wanted to be since she got in the league. And welcome to Sick Digging and Sports Break Media for joining us. Let me make this point.
I say that is because all the pressure is off Caitlin. No one's talking about Caitlin. They're all going to Sophie.
They're going after Sophie,
flooding their criticism that way. And Caitlin's just able to be Caitlin, play basketball, and we're seeing what's happening.
We're seeing the best of Caitlin Clark without all the pressure on her. But there are still some normies. Look
what happened last night.
They won.
Liberty beat,
if it wasn't a committee, it's like you said,
and then last night they smoked. Last night the Fever smoked the floor with them
for the second time. For the second time, they got one more meeting in New York, and it goes to your point, Dietz, that it's not a Commissioner's Cup game. It's not overhyped on CBS like it was the first time, and the Indiana Fever wiped the floor with the Liberty for the second time because the first time they blew them out by 30. And no one wants to talk about that.
Interesting how that works when the Liberty don't get 40
free throws. When they don't get 40 free throws.
When they're not getting to the free throw line every 5 seconds.
Right. Brianna Stewart's not taking 21 free throws in the fourth quarter alone. And they're getting all these ghost fouls. I'm talking about Indiana called against them. But let me highlight another point with the normies. There are some normies that are saying, now I got nothing against Kelsey Mitchell. Not a thing against Kelsey Mitchell. Is she a good player? You're damn right she is. Is she a good shooter? You're doggone right she is. Sorry about that last one, honey. That's a quarter in the swear jar. But these normies are saying the Fever are better with Kelsey Mitchell and not Caitlin Clark.
You could have both of them.
They got the best backcourt tandem, and I'm going to say this aloud, and I've said it aloud all season long. They have the best backcourt tandem in the league.
The biggest problem that I see with the W is that there is far too much tribalism on every sector.
Say that again, Victor. Say that again.
Far too much tribalism.
Yep.
On every sector. You can enjoy watching Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum, Paige Beckers, Angel Reed, Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston. You can enjoy watching every single one of these players. There does not need to be
all of them.
Why you have to have a amount of love for this player, and then you have to show that love. You have to show hatred to another player.
It's what the normies do.
It's a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm, and to go to the normies as we're talking about them, but to bring it up, it's why I posted the clip in our chat of Gundam. I mean, no one gets more normie than Gundam, but he had the most prophetic take about the WNBA. What does the WNBA thrive on? They don't thrive on good playing. They thrive on drama.
Close it.
They thrived on drama and lived on drama for 30 years.
30 years. You know what? The great BGS said it best. Two things the WNBA thrive on: clothes and drama. Think about it. Clothes and drama. 30 years they've survived on that.
And that's where the normies get in, because they don't really know anything about the sport of basketball. I mean,
they don't. You can tell.
That's about it.
You can tell.
They're not there for the basketball. That's the whole point. The normies are not there for basketball. So they're not there to break down.
That's my
they're
point,
not there
though.
to break down Caitlin's crossover, or they're not there to break down Caitlin's defensive prowess or Stephanie White's defensive scheme. They're not there for that.
Right.
They're there.
But that's my
they're
point,
there
though.
to, as I said, they're there to do the same thing Sophie did. Throw the grenade, pull the pin, throw the grenade, and let the shrapnel fall where it is.
But that's my point, though. The normies don't
and you're
do
never
the
going
X
to
and
get
O's.
by that. You're never going to get by that unless you knock it down at the. You need to knock it down at the beginning, and that's where the league. That's where the league has made the mistake. The league made a mistake. They opened the door with all of this criticism to Caitlin that was unwarranted, and you could say there were definite points to criticize Caitlin Clark. There are always points. There are always points to criticize her. There are always points to criticize anything that goes on the court. But what's happened is, because it's been opened up, because the league has opened it up to basically any pot shot that anybody wants to take.
Anybody with a microphone.
They can take it, and the league hasn't shot it down. The league hasn't stood up for their star player. It means it's and when you can do that, when you can take a shot at the best player in the league, well, guess what? You can take a shot at anybody. That means everybody. It's open season on anybody.
Everybody.
If you can take shots at the best player, you can take shots at anybody in between.
But that's my point, though. That's my point, is that they don't do the X's and O's of the game. They follow the controversy. Look,
like I said, they're not there for that. They're there.
But that's my point, though.
Cause chaos.
But that's my point, though. My point.
Go ahead, Victor.
My point is that yes, they're not there for that. But that's what gets the traction, because certain people, and I won't say names, but a lot of other people also are led by the nose by their own political alliances. And so you have someone like a Caitlin Clark who doesn't want to be political at all. She just wants to play basketball and be left alone.
That's all she's ever wanted, was to play basketball.
Or you have someone like Sophie Cunningham who's unapologetic and says, I don't give 2/5 of a half of you know what about what you think about me. These are my opinions, and I stand by them.
But that's why the league had to come out and stand up for their players rather than allow because we can sit here and talk about, it's about Sophie, it's about this, it's about that. It was about what happened. What you're seeing is the pendulum. The pendulum has swung, and the pendulum started to swing when the league went after all of these, these groups, and we kept posing the question. I kept posing the question: why is the league allowing this? Why are they allowing Caitlin and Sophie to be maligned? Oh, it's because of their sexuality and their proclivities off the court. That's why they allowed it. Once you open that door, once the league opened that door, there's no closing it, because now you opened it and the normies can come in, and anybody with an agenda, whether it's pro LGBTQ, whether it's anti LGBTQ, they all can come through that door, and they all can look for whatever they're trying to do, whatever their agenda is.
Yep.
They're going to find it. They're going to push it. And the game is going to be third or fourth on the list of things talked about. It's not going to be about the Fever won last night. The Fever did this last night. The Fever shot this many threes last night. That's not what it's about. It's now about the drama. The drama's first. Then you have the players second. And then you have the game third.
As long as I've done the W and as long as you guys have hung out with me, every person on this panel has hung out with me on a WNBA play-by-play. And I know Sig Diggy has also. What is the first thing I concentrate on when I'm calling a game?
The game.
Exactly. I talk nothing about the drama. I talk nothing about what goes on off the court. My first duty as a play-by-play announcer is to call the game and break it down.
I can tell you something.
I've received so many negative comments. The last two games I did, I've had commenters come at me. Why aren't you talking about this off the court? Why aren't you talking about this off the court? Because my job is to present the game on it.
Again, that's why they were tuning in. They just revealed that's the man behind the curtain. I mean, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. They were there for they just wanted to see the drama. They were there for the drama. They weren't there because it's a basketball game. They weren't there to see a women's basketball game. They weren't there to see to hear about, the ball moving from left to right. They weren't there for the skills. They were there simply for, is Stephanie White going to bench Caitlin Clark? Caitlin Clark going to get a technical foul for yelling at the refs? Is Caitlin going to blow up on her teammates? Is Sophie going to point at somebody? They were there for the drama. They weren't there for the X's and O's game. And when they got an X's and O's game, what did they do? They went, "Oh, I want to know more about the drama." And
they tuned out.
Time people are like, "We don't care."
It's not just the drama. They were looking for a reason to be proven right.
Correct. Right. Thank you, Victor.
All it is. They said, I want to be vindicated for my original thought process. For what I originally believed. I'll give you a perfect example. Now, look, I, for the longest time, couldn't stand Dan Bernstein. Still was very indifferent to Terry Boers.
Yeah.
What was after the Sandusky situation. Terry said, I always hated Joe Paterno, and now I have a reason why to hate him more.
Yeah.
That tuned me completely out because you already said, I already don't like this person for whatever reason, political, basketball-wise, doesn't matter. I already don't like this person. Now I have reasons. And now people will stand behind me when I say I don't like this person. Well, anyone could do anything. So you were looking for a reason to be proven right rather than saying, okay, for instance, I sometimes believe that CC tries to go for the three ball a little too early.
I believe that too.
Some games I've seen, she goes for the three ball a little too early. And I'm always like, Caitlin, inside out. Inside out.
Yeah. Victor and I have both have said that when we've done Fever games. We have both said that because you can see the excitement with Caitlin.
Yes.
Go on, Victor.
So that's not a criticism. That's just me. That's not an observation I'm making. But someone who already doesn't like CC and then look, she just jacking up threes like everybody. It's like, but you don't like her, and that's why you're throwing out there. So a lot of you, when they look for the drama, they're looking for reasons to be proven right.
Right.
I was right about
because then you have the same you have it on the same argument. You have the same argument, but on the other side, where you have people that are coming in saying, "Oh, we want to support Caitlin," and she's jacking up threes as she has the last couple games. Where if she hits them early, she usually hits them often.
Right.
Yes.
Where you have somebody who's coming in and saying, "Oh." Somebody comes in and says, "Oh, she jacks up she looks to shoot too early." Then all of a sudden she starts hitting them early, and somebody comes in and says, "Look, see, you're wrong. You're wrong about this early thing because she has to do that early because it gets her in the flow of the game.
It gets her in the flow of the game."
So
she can't win. She can't win either way.
Right.
It's just like Victor was saying. Like if you come, whatever bias you came in with, you're looking for that to be validated. You're if you come in saying, "Oh, she shoots too early and she shoots 2 threes and misses them," you're gonna go, "See, she shouldn't be shooting this early. She should be working on her inside game." Meanwhile, if she's jacking up half court shots like she sometimes does, and she's banging them,
and she's hits them.
Like, look, she's on tonight. She's on fire tonight.
They can't. The normies cannot stand not just Caitlin Clark, not just Sophie Cunningham, but they can't stand the team. Everybody, the normies included. And I'll give you a perfect example, and y'all were with me for this. Remember the series against Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Who were 99% of the people? Change my question. Who were 99% of the normies pulling for? They were pulling for Las Vegas.
Of course they were, because
Asian. They were pulling for Vegas because of Asia Wilson.
Because of Asia, Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond,
there's a lot of normie stuff to go on with that Vegas team. And with Caitlin sidelined, there's not much. Nobody wanted to see the Fever without Caitlin Clark in the finals.
And yet they were 5 minutes and 7 minutes away from doing so because that ghost foul on Aaliyah Boston came in the last 2 minutes.
But I mean, you're gonna get all of that. I mean, this is a double-edged sword because if the Fever keep doing what the Fever have been doing the last 2 weeks, basically since the All-Star break,
they're gonna run the table.
If they run all the way to the finals,
then it frightens.
What is that broadcast going to be like? I mean, just think about it. That network has been trashing Caitlin Clark basically since she came in the league, but especially this year, in and out, they have been on her. It's good that the championship is going to be on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on ESPN. I'm pretty sure they have the rights to the WNBA finals. Are you going to put ESPN? Are you going to put Monica McNutt on set for that game?
You know what?
Or are you going to put Monica McNutt on set for that series and have Indiana and have Indiana roll and raise a championship? This Monica McNutt has been basically destroying Caitlin since her career started. And if she hoists a championship with how are you going to handle that? This is the problem when you've drawn a line in the sand. You've drawn a line in the sand, and when Caitlin comes across that, what are we going to do? I was just listening to one of our episodes from basically a few months ago, or actually it was last year. It was last year. It was this time last year. And look, we love Playmaker. Playmaker was in the chat with us.
Yeah,
right.
When we were talking about Caitlin Clark and said, well, she hasn't won a championship. Well, what happens when she does?
What happens?
Does everything all of a sudden change? No. Like you can't just change your, and that's what we've been trying to say is you can't be on one side the entire time and say, well, she hasn't won, so she's not worthy of whatever, what we've been giving her.
The GOAT.
But then all of a sudden she wins and it's okay, all bets are off. Like, no, that's not how it works.
All bets are good. I have a theory. I got a theory of my own, and it matches yours, but I have a little something to add to it. Indiana wins the championship at home in Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark is named the Finals MVP, and they raised the trophy right there in Indy. Not New York, not Las Vegas, Indianapolis. How is that network and many others going to feel when that happens?
Well, let me point out a couple things. First off, to Anthony's point, he said most people are what we would call normies, and that includes Caitlin's fans. Which, yeah, that's true. A lot
True,
of
very
are.
true.
The other thing also though is, and I need to express this because it irked me a couple days ago. Just because we're defending a certain
Caitlin Clark
player
and Sophie Cunningham, for example,
does not mean that they're completely blameless or they're omnipotent. Does not mean that they're perfect. Doesn't mean they can do no wrong. It's just that in the context of what we've been talking about, the situation has become unfair. When you are seeing people getting basically clotheslined on the court, are we supposed to ignore it? Because, I don't want to be seen as, giving a white person any kind of benefit of doubt. No. If it were Angel Reese who was getting clotheslined, I would have been mad too.
We call that out also.
If it was the PC Collier, I'd be mad too.
Call that out. We call that out also. So it's not just Sophie and CC that we defend here. We defend good play in the W.
Right.
We do not, and this is for a certain troll, we do not, have not, and will not ever put politics in the conversation like you've tried to do the last few days. We're not doing it, and we're never going to do it. Give me this camera.
It's not about whether we're pro, whatever. We're telling you what we're seeing.
Right.
If I can speak for myself, but I use the proverbial we. But if I see something wrong, I'm going to say, this is what's wrong. If I see Caitlin do wrong, I'm going to tell you Caitlin was wrong. I don't have a dog in this fight. Right. I'm not in Indiana. I'm not an Indiana Fever fan. I don't care.
Right.
I do not care.
I do have a stake in this because I live in Indiana and I've watched Caitlin Clark since her days at Iowa.
Yeah.
So that's my investment in the league.
And here's
also in the Indiana. That's also in the Indiana Fever. I do have a stake in this. Dietz does not, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. And whether I'm a fan or not, I mean, of the Fever, I'm a fan of Sophie Cunningham.
Right.
So she happens to be on the Fever. If Sophie Cunningham left the Fever tomorrow and went to the Dallas Wing, I would watch Dallas Wing games.
Right.
Because I want to watch the player. I don't care about the team. I don't care about the team. But what I'm trying to get across to people is when I see something on the court that it completely baffles me, I'm going to say it. And when the league is doing what the league has been doing, I'm going to point it out because what this league is and what any league should be, we have to get this across. This league has not made a single
dollar in 30 years.
They have not made a single, not even a dollar. They have not made a single dime. They have not made a profit in 30 years. And you finally have moments. You finally have players who are bringing
that can
people
get you there
to the television screen, to the arenas. You have people filling the arenas for these players. You have people constantly coming up and wanting to meet with these players. And Caitlin and Sophie are the ones that are doing that.
Yep.
It's prevalent.
And the league
documented. It was documented All-Star Weekend that Caitlin's fans, the lines were around the block. Sophie Cunningham wasn't even in the All-Star game, but she was there, and people wanted to see her. People wanted to take pictures with her. People wanted to take pictures doing the point. And the league said, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to cause attention. We don't want to cause attention to that. Why? Why do you not want to promote your best people? Why do you not want to promote your people who are drawing? Caitlin Clark, who sold out her shoe deal, sold out in 2 weeks. Sophie Cunningham sold out in 2 weeks. These are your money makers.
Yes.
League. These are your money makers. Start using them. Start building around them.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean going out of your way to excuse things that they do. What
Right.
it means is treat them with respect and treat them as though they are the stars that they are, and promote them properly. Promote
Exactly.
them to the world. Promote them all over and say, this is what makes our league great. And you know what? If haters come in and they say, well, I hate Sophie because she said blah, 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 you go, you know what? There's room for you too.
Yes.
There's room. We need everybody at the table. We need everyone to come in because this league needs to turn a profit.
True.
What you would think, which is why they started in the first place. But for every single year, they have gotten a subsidy from the NBA. Every single dadgum year.
And if they get something, why work hard?
Exactly?
Let's also put it this way: there have been several YouTubers and Instagram users,
yes,
who were doing basically going to WNBA games to get their hair cut or to sleep in the middle of the game.
Victor and I both have seen it.
Just to be funny, there was a guy who walked in full on pajamas and a sleep cap with a blanket and laid in at front row, and was falling asleep, showing that the WNBA is boring. Yep. Now you have a situation where you now have individuals who can prop the game up. Not saying you didn't before, but you don't promote them. If you don't want to promote CC, you don't want to promote Sophie, okay. I don't know why, but fine. Then you need to promote the ones you want.
Right.
You don't see more about Brittany Griner. Well, I won't use Brittany Griner as a bad example. Let's say Kelsey Plum, Paige Becker.
Paige Becker.
Right there.
AZ Fudd. The only time we heard about AZ was when she was drafted.
But
from Connecticut.
Victor, you're a wrestling fan.
Yes.
What does the WWE do better than anyone else?
Promote their stars.
A heel.
Prop up a heel.
You just because you don't agree with someone or because you want someone to be hated doesn't mean you put them on the back burner. It means it's popular. A lot of people don't like Chris Jericho. Well, guess what? We're gonna put him front and center. We're gonna let him be the heel that he is, and we're gonna let the fans decide. The fans are gonna boo him out of the arena. That's fine because the fans are interacting.
Right.
They don't just take him and go, you know what? We're gonna put him on the 8th card on this and bury him. No, they take it. They take their heel. They put him front and center. They put him against whoever they want to be the face. They put him against them and they put him over.
That's
what you do.
That's
exactly what you do. And they haven't put CC. They haven't put CC over yet. Sig Diggy laid a great comment here. The Indiana Fever is the Nickelback of the W, the team that everybody loves to hate, which makes Caitlin Clark the Chad Kroger of the team. He's absolutely right. The Indiana Fever are the team everybody loves to hate, which is half of the WWE equation. That's half of the equation. You have a team that everybody loves to hate. You have 2 players on that team. Hold on, Deeps. You have 2 players on that team that everybody loves to hate. In fact, stand by, Deeps. Give me this camera. You have a team that people love to hate in the Indiana Fever. That's fine. But you also have 2 players in the W, Kathy Engelbert, I'm looking at you, that put blank in the seats. That should be the idea. Finding ways to, for the first time in your history, to make a class profit, which you have not done in 3 decades, and you're going to lose even more money this year with all the BS that's going on with the Indiana Fever, which, either love them or hate them, is the most popular team in the W right now. Why? Because of CC and Sophie Cunningham. And Sophie Cunningham on Saturday got her head taken off by DJ Carrington. I have not spoken on this. I won't do it here because I'm talking about the normies that broadcast WNBA games. And Lord, I can go down a list. I'll do that on Patreon. And we're past the break, so I'll wrap this up here.
Who's the most Victor? Who's the most hated team in the NFL?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
Without question.
And who's on more national television games than any other team?
The
Dallas Cowboys.
In Major League Baseball, who's the most hated team overall? Not right now, but
New York Yankees.
And who plays the most nationally televised games? The New York Yankees.
New York Yankees.
Everyone hates them, and because the team that loves them, and there's a bunch of people that hate them. But they don't shy away from putting them front and center.
And here's the thing.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Here's the thing, though. Every single game of the Indiana Fever, all 44 of them are televised.
Yeah.
All 44 of them. It would be nice if they put them on free television like they do on ABC, but that's an argument for another time.
Here's the other thing, though. Here's the thing. A lot of people love Michael Jordan now.
Yep.
Right?
When he was playing, they hated his guts.
And what would have happened if David Stern decided to hide and try to suppress Michael Jordan on your TV screen?
Oh, it would have been in war.
Exactly.
It would have been a war.
Exactly.
We know a very.
It's been this thing. It's been that way in basketball forever.
Forever.
We had Larry and the Celtics. The Celtics were hated when they were in the 80s and they were dominating.
Especially when they played. Especially when they played who?
Michael. Then Michael passed the torch to Kobe. And
I was
Kobe,
go right there. Kobe,
everybody always complained. Why are the Lakers on TV all the time? Why are the Lakers on all the time? Because it doesn't matter. People love Kobe. People hate Kobe. But guess what?
Kobe
Both groups are tuning in. Both groups are tuning in. So as a league, you're winning on both ends.
That's why the NBA is as global as it is and as rich as it is. I'll wrap this up. Give me this camera. To the normies that think they're broadcasting WNBA games, I got a message. I got a memo to you in the immortal words of, I can't believe I'm saying this, also the late great Stacey King. I got a memo to you. I was here first, doing it the right way, broadcasting the game, calling out mistakes, calling out good plays, calling out bad plays, and riding the game all the way to the end. I did this first, and y'all paid me no kind of attention because I haven't and won't pay attention to the drama. But it's the drama that drove me away because Kathy Engelbert's dumps don't want to do anything about what's going on. Period. And then the W doesn't want to put their best players over? What?
But here's the thing, and I know we're going to get this break, but I'll make this quick. The biggest mistake that Kathy has made is she turned away from attention. She turned away from the one opportunity that she could have all this over. Any lingering issues between her and CC, any lingering issues between her and so all the stuff that we have been talking about ad nauseum for months, she could have said, I'm going to use this platform to smooth everything out so there is no confusion. And she didn't do it because
she blew it.
By the way, to my point, when we talked about this, when we talked about the Dan Patrick thing, to my point, has any heads rolled since then?
No.
None.
What does that tell you? That tells you that was not Kathy Engelberg making a decision. That decision was made for her.
Mm-hmm.
It was made for her. You are not going on this show. You are not going on that show. You are not doing that. And she kowtowed to it. And we've seen what's happened since.
Yep.
But if it were as, and we know it's as big as a controversy as Victor just said.
Mm-hmm.
But if that were one person's choice, if that were a PR person that said, hey, Kathy, don't do this, and you see how it's blown up, that person would be gone. That person would
in a heartbeat.
We would know that person's name. We would know she would be so far out of this league, and she would have been scapegoated and thrown under the bus.
Yep.
We haven't seen none of that.
Nope.
There's been none of that. That's how you know. That's how you know it was the cabal. That's how you know the cabal exists. And that the cabal that I've been talking about, that's how you know it exists. It's there.
Yeah.
Indeed, I agree with you.
Until it gets beaten, until the cabal gets broken up, there's no fixing this league.
There's no way.
This league is unfixable if you do not gut it from the top.
Yeah.
Top down.
They're too afraid to gut it from the top, Deets. And I now believe your theory about the cabal existing for the W, because Kathy Engelberg was told not to go on the Dan Patrick show where she could have aired everything out. He was willing to do that for you, give you one of the biggest talk show platforms where you can turn everything around, and you blew it because the decision was made for you, and you, Kathy Engelberg, didn't fight against it. That's on you, and that's on the cabal. And as Deet said a moment ago, this league needs to be gutted from the top down. Take away what is the word I'm looking for? Agendas. Take away the agendas. Take away everything else. Gut the league from the top down, which includes a new commissioner. And let's just play basketball, will you please?
Get back to basketball.
Get back to basketball. Pure, unadulterated women's basketball. Now, I have a plan.
You left one thing off when you mentioned Dan Patrick. Not only would that have been great exposure, but Dan Patrick is the least gotcha person I've ever seen in sports radio in this kind of field. Dan is not going to he was not going to grill Kathy Engelberg. He was not going to, he was not going to put her on. He wasn't going to put her on the hot seat and fire questions at her. He was going to ask her, "Hey, here, explain this situation. Explain it, and let her talk. Let her talk." I've seen Dan do interviews. He's not a guy who's going to be confrontational and start spewing his own BS. He would have given her enough rope to say, "Here you go, explain this," and she could have gone on and explained it away. And
she even would have.
They didn't want anything to do with that.
No.
And she would have either hung herself or pulled herself back off the cliff.
Thank you.
She either hung herself or pulled herself back from the cliff. And right now, she's going down that cliff, and the cabal ain't coming to save her.
No.
When the WNBA gets back to basketball, I'll come back. Until then, you ain't going to see or hear from my ass. Period. Maybe I'll test the waters come playoff time. Maybe I'll test the waters toward the end of the season, pending football schedule and work schedule. Mm-hmm. But as far as regular season games go, I have seen and had enough of the bullshit that spits out from the W. Saturday was the latest example in my hometown, in Chicago. I leave y'all on this segment with this question. If people were so excited to come to the United Center to watch Caitlin Clark play, why was there only 16,035 at the United Center compared to last year's 19,911 two-time? That tells me fans don't know basketball. That tells me fans don't know about this league. And it tells me fans absolutely despise the Indiana Fever, particularly because of Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark. that's on y'all. And to the normies, have fun, but I'll be back. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? That was great. We got to have more conversations like that. That was great. And I guarantee you, Deeds, I guarantee you, Victor, and the dog, nobody else will be brave enough to have these kind of conversations. It's either one way or the other for them. And then there was a normie that thinks he knows basketball. I'll leave y'all with this before the break.
Go ahead, take a break. Cause I got something to say about it. I'll wait till after the break.
That promotes with reckless abandon one Angel Reese, who, as Deet said a year ago, started at the bottom and she's gotten worse. Rocky Hill after the break. Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE. Are you in a life-holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete! 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 Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm sorry, what are these things called?
Spices?
Spices, thank you. My brain went bleh.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
And don't ask. You'd be better just not to ask. David Blade is with us, the best and only show that speaks what people need to hear, the truth. We've been doing it for 12 years. And come Labor Day, and I'm so hyped about this, season, hey, David, listen carefully. come Labor Day, we start. Victor, say it. Victor, where'd you go?
13.
Season 13 of Snowman in the Morning. Yeah, we got you now.
Okay. Yeah, season 13. Season 13.
Incredible, ain't it? Incredible, ain't it?
The road to the sixth quarter.
Yep.
The road to the sixth quarter.
The road to the sixth quarter. 3 after the hour. We owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning. Thanks for joining us.
You're listening to WJKS-TV, your Hoosier Sports Home and Indiana Sports Hub play-by-play voice. Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world.
I'm on Alarm Island.
Put somebody in the middle of the field. Like, it's not hard.
You tripping. The is that?
I am cute.
You fool!
We need to see.
Now get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Give me them cocks.
I'm glad Dog is out on a food and coffee run.
Yes.
He was so upset.
Oh, man. Sid Diggy with us from Norway, which makes us internationally syndicated. Thank you very much. Hey, David, where are you checking in from? Want to shout you out properly. And the same goes for, who else is here? I'm rewinding. Anthony Pachetti. I hope I'm saying that right, sir. If not, please correct me. Let us know where you're chiming in from. We're waiting on Rocky Hill to join us. And Sid Diggy, go ahead. Victor, go ahead. Victor, go.
Real quick, because I did get a chance to tune in to one of my favorite shows, also Shooting Lights Out.
Yes,
and of course it was the GOAT conversation that came out, and pretty much with the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
I want to address this. I think that CC is one of the best. Is probably the best we've seen right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we do need to hold off on putting her in the GOAT conversation.
I agree.
At least for right now.
I agree.
I think that you do have to, finally climb that mountain, get that chip.
She's got to pay. She still has to pay her dues.
Now, I would say also, just because someone has not won a championship does not mean they're trash.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the normies chime in on that.
We make jokes about LeBron all the time.
Yep.
But when you look at the bare bones of it, the man's got
You can't deny what the man has done.
The man got rings.
You can't deny what the man has done. Anthony Pachetti tuning us in from Chicago, my hometown. Hey, what part of Chicago, my friend?
Not too far from
Thank you for tuning in. If you like this, subscribe, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, become a member of the YouTube channel. Like I said, we're waiting for legendary Coach Rocky Hill to join us. But what people don't understand about what I do as a play-by-play announcer, if something is wrong within the game or within the league, I call it out.
Right.
Fair or foul.
Yeah.
And I have people who come after me. Oh, there's a tornado in Illinois and Indiana. And part of it came through here yesterday, which is why I didn't do the game last night with the Reds and the White Sox.
I went down the basement after.
Yeah. So if he makes, first of all, Rocky, stay safe.
Stay safe, please.
Stay safe. First and foremost, stay safe. If you can't make it, that's fine. We can reschedule. But safety first more than anything else. For those of us that live here in Indiana and those who live in Illinois, stay safe. Please stay safe. I grew up in Oak Park, but now I live just north of there in the Galewood area. Nice.
I know that spot.
I'll tell you a story about a game I did in Oak Park. It was the Fenwick Friars using OPRF as their home field. OPRF Stadium as their home field. We got done. Me and Alvin were doing the game. Shout to you, Alvin Washington. I miss you, brother. We did the game, got done. Oak Park and North Avenue. Oh, wow. Got done doing the game, and we both said, we got a few bucks with this. Let's go get something to eat from the concession stand before they close. Pachetti went to OPRF, home of the Huskies, from 85 to 89. Nice.
Okay.
My family lives 2 miles away from Santa Claus, Indiana. I have a picture from Santa Claus, Indiana that Jody took.
Indiana.
I have a picture next to Santa Claus himself from Santa Claus, Indiana. But we got done with the game at OPRF Stadium, and I hope Anthony, tell me if that's the correct name for it. We decided we're gonna go get something to eat. We both had about $5 on us. Mm-hmm. I still had enough bus fare to get back to the south side, so I said, screw it. They handed us rib sandwiches, and before we could pull out our wallets, they said, it's on the house. Huh? It's on the house. I had to open my big A mouth.
Yes, you did.
And say, how many you got left? Why'd I do that?
You got them all, didn't you?
Yep. They had 6 left. Split them 3 apiece. Out the door.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds about right for you.
Out the door.
There, dog.
Split them 3 apiece. Out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dog had to go get some fat kid food and fat kid drinks.
That's fine.
We understand.
So
we understand.
So while we're waiting to see what happens with the weather there, let me get something off my chest that I meant to get off on Monday.
Go for it.
All right, dog's here now. Victor and Snowman, I want to just tell you, Madden is broken.
Again.
Hold up.
Again.
Hold on. We're going to do this right. Boss, push the button. If we're going to do this right, push the button.
Yeah, we got to get it sorted.
Yeah, we got to do this.
Someone go find Aaron Rodgers for me real quick.
No, we don't need Aaron Rodgers. We need this. All yours, Deeds.
All right. So the first thing, there's a bunch of people in chat. Anybody in chat and anybody on the panel, if y'all can tell me what a labrum is, I would really like to know. And if you know what the muscle labrum is, please tell me how one would go about tearing it. Now, as I've told you, I'm running a franchise in Madden.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point during one of my seasons where I had 5 players on the injury report.
Oh, sounds like typical Dallas Cowboys to me.
Players. Mm-hmm. All 5 players had torn labrums.
Okay.
I don't even know what a labrum is.
So
I think that's in your arm.
Yes, Deets. According to what I'm reading, a labrum tear is damage to the ring of the soft fibrous cartilage that cushions and stabilizes a ball and socket joints. So so anywhere like it's a ball and socket joint, if the cartilage there is damaged, that would be a labrum tear.
But again, how broken is this? Where I mean, if there were, I had 5 players with the same injury. 5 players with the same injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like this would be an epidemic. People would be like, wait, we need to study this to find out why this is happening almost every game. And it was wild. It was like every injury, like the first 2, I was like, okay, torn labrum. The next one comes up, I see injury pop up, and I'm like, it's going to be a torn labrum. I was like, what is happening? How is all of these guys out? So that's one thing that's broken. Is it's just the same injury to all of my players at the same time. The second thing, which is more concerning. This is more concerning because the deeper I've gotten into my franchise, the more I've noticed this. I am 5 years deep into a franchise. Okay. I have gone through 5 NFL drafts.
Mm-hmm.
There has not been a single offensive lineman drafted in the first round.
Really?
Not a single one. Not a single offensive lineman has been drafted in the first round by me or the computer. What are we doing? What, like, offensive, like, you go through an NFL draft, and we've gotten through a couple on the program.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is dominated by left tackles and guards.
Mm-hmm.
We picked one up
Dominated.
last year. We picked one up last year. The Cowboys picked one up last year.
Yep.
How can you go 4 years in a row without an offensive lineman being drafted in the first round? That is wild. So again, it's like, and these are the things that like, I know I'm playing an old version of Madden, and I know there's like patches and stuff, but I've seen this happen. You know, I've watched people play I've watched people play 27 that it's going to come out, but I've seen people get it early and play it. This is happening all over. Offensive line is being just basically run out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, if you start a franchise with a good offensive line, you're pretty much golden.
Right.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
it's wild.
No matter what year you do it in.
Cannot
Inside out.
Your offensive line. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible.
So the 49ers had to learn.
Yeah.
But yet again,
up until 1981, they had no good offensive line. And then Randy Cross came along and anchored the offensive line from 81 to 89 when he retired. So you got to build inside out.
But I mean, here's what's even more broken about Madden, and this is coming from someone who's been playing the most recent one. I haven't touched 27 yet. Don't have any intention of it yet.
Right.
After playing 26, when you start out, most of the offensive line is only mid to high 70s for ratings.
Right.
It takes months into the game before you can even think about getting an O-line that's in the 90s. It takes grinding to get those players.
Yeah. And you're never going to get them. You're never going to draft them in the first round. You're never going to get them with star or superstar development traits.
Right.
Nope.
So they're never going to develop. So if you start out with a lineman who's a 95 rating, you need to just lock that guy up because you're never going to get anybody to replace them.
Right.
No.
It's wild. It's absolutely insane. I've been going through this for the last 5 seasons that I've been playing. I'm like, I need to draft an offensive lineman. Like I need a guard. There's no guards in the first round. There's not even in the most previous one I'm in right now. I haven't scouted everybody yet, but in the scouting, there's not a single offensive lineman before the third round.
There isn't.
What are we?
What the hell are we doing here?
That is wild. That is wild. Like you generated a roster. Like there's college football, but like college football has offensive linemen. They
yes.
do.
Yes.
And they get drafted every single year. There are years that we have arguments over: do you take a quarterback or left tackle?
Or left tackle?
Overall?
Yep.
Right.
And to not have anyone drafted at all is insane.
That's
right.
It's insane.
Wow. Just
so yeah. This game is it's just broken by people who they just don't know. They just don't know how football works.
They don't know the sport of football.
They also need to. I mean, while we're in the arcade, while we're talking about gameplay, dude, the devs need to go watch someone run. Just watch a person run.
Yeah.
Like I was doing something with my player the other day, and he was like, I'm trying to run, and I'll do this for the YouTube guys. Like, I was trying to curve I caught the ball on a drag.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to turn it upfield. Instead of like gradually going like curving.
Yeah.
No, the guy stops and does a right angle cut. And I'm like, that's not how no one runs like that.
No, they don't.
Keep going and curve up the field. But no, they stop dead in their tracks so that they can turn and make a right angle. Makes no sense.
That's ridiculous.
None.
Run, just watch someone run. That's how it works.
You don't see anyone cut at a 90.
No.
It's if anything, they're cutting at a 45 before going on a wheel.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Not even the best running backs, past or present, can cut at a full 90.
But the man who was on the cover last year, Saquon Barkley, he couldn't do that.
They don't do that because it doesn't serve them any purpose. It doesn't serve you a purpose to stop dead in your tracks.
My dude Hawk just said it. My dude Hawk just said it behind me
at the same rate and go.
All right.
And
our guest is here.
Awesome.
Let's get him on.
All right.
So Chicago State is having football this year. My guest is a legendary Illinois high school basketball coach who is lending support. Please help me welcome one of my dearest friends in Chicago, Mr. Rocky Hill. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Welcome in, Rocky.
Friend. How are you, Brian?
Good morning.
I'm good, man. It's good to see you after a while.
Oh, man. I'm sorry I'm late, man, but we had some tornadoes in Indiana and Illinois, and
yep,
it's you should see it, man. It's terrible out there. Today was the third day of school, and I left and came back, got caught in traffic because there was no gas stations open, and that's why I was late. So I want to apologize to you.
Oh, you are fine, man. You are fine. It's good to see you. Yeah, we got you loud and clear. It's good to see you.
I can't hear you guys.
You can't hear us?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, no.
Brian, I can't hear you.
Why don't you sign out and sign back in? We'll try that.
Try to reset.
Sign out, and reset.
He can't hear us.
I can hear you now.
Oh, you got us now? Okay, good.
That means
now
StreamYard's having its own problems.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's lagging probably because of the weather in the area.
Yeah, it's around here, man. It's apocalyptic type weather.
That sounds about right. This is stuff you see in the movies, like
man.
Yeah,
this is stuff. Wow,
I try to reboot it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reboot everything.
Okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, while we get this figured
He
out,
said apocalyptic stuff.
While we get this figured out, Beats, to answer your question, it's called game logic. That's why everyone stops and cuts.
It's really dumb. But I had something, but they do something. They do something even dumber in Madden, which is they lock into animations.
Yes, they do.
And I just want to tell you this one story that happened. It was funny.
Okay.
Because I snapped the ball and immediately it says flag. So I'm thinking it's offsides on the defense, right?
Yeah.
No. I run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I score a touchdown, they call holding.
Holding on the offense?
Holding on the offense. Now, they called holding on a guy, so I'm like, all right, let me see the replay. Let me see what happened. The guy did not touch another player.
Oh boy.
The guy they called holding on did not touch
It's like
him.
It's like Rocky just said a moment ago. It's apocalyptic.
But they called the penalty before I even handed the ball.
Before you even handed the ball off.
It was immediately at the snap. Flag on the play. And I'm like,
there's a hidden setting in Madden. It's called realistic rules. I mean, come on.
Oh,
Those
gosh.
fouls are going to be called all the time.
Let me see if we can get Rocky Hill back in here. I know he's searching for another spot.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
And from the sound of it, it's a madhouse.
Oh man, it's terrible. You should see it around here, but I think this might be better.
Okay. Where on campus are you? I think I recognize the area, but where on campus are you?
I'm at Thornwood High School in the.
Oh yeah, Thornwood. Okay.
Entrance. Yeah.
Okay. I know where that is. So how have you? Yeah, we see it. How have you been, my friend? It's wonderful to talk to you.
I've been doing okay. Just getting ready for another school year. This is my 48th year teaching and coaching.
Wow, 48
That
years.
is impressive.
And it dwarfs that dwarfs my 30 years, going on 31 in broadcasting. But you know what? We're both here and we're both kicking.
Man, you've been doing that for 30 years, man. You're a bad boy. That's
going
awesome.
on, Rocky, going on 31 this Labor Day.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
13 with the show.
13, yep, season 13 with the show. Man, we are so excited to have you this morning. I know school has been crazy and has been a mayhem, but looking at your shirt, Chicago State starts something I never thought I would see, and that's football this season. Yeah. You've been around for some of the prep. Tell me what the excitement is like.
Oh, it's off the chain. I mean, it is the hottest thing going in Chicago sports. Besides the Cubs, the Bears, and the White Sox, Chicago State football,
right,
is probably the hottest thing going right now. It's something that everybody in the city is excited for, and everybody is waiting on it.
Yep. We've been since I've had my day. I was at Chicago State for 14 years, and
wow.
Yeah, I was there 14 years, covering basketball, covering baseball, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. I'd love to come back because after seeing everything they did with ESPN, it's like I want to come back and go to where I started.
Yeah,
and include a paycheck with it so I can support my family.
Yes, sir.
But I know the excitement is there. I've already dropped my email to Dr. Carroll.
Yes.
Crossing my fingers on that. You've seen like I said, you've seen the prep. You've seen the fans' excitement for it. You're all going to play at SeatGeek Stadium, if that's right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And your home opener is with another school I connected with, the Roosevelt Lakers. I know that's going to be nuts.
Brian, I didn't know Roosevelt had Big Time football like that. How's their football program?
I have yet to see it because while I was at Roosevelt, I did basketball and baseball and volleyball. Mm-hmm. I did not know either until recently that Roosevelt was putting together a football team.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I got a question for Coach. I got a question.
Go ahead, Deeds.
You said school just started, right?
Yes.
With the White Sox and the Cubs doing what they do, are the kids talking about baseball?
Not really.
So
at schools like Thornton, Thornridge, Thornwood, just
Yep.
405 schools, the kids are talking about basketball.
Yeah.
And who transferred over the summer to what school?
Yep.
And that type of thing. Yeah, they're not talking about baseball. Baseball doesn't resonate in this area.
It doesn't.
Like it would up north, say, the northern suburbs.
Yep.
Around here, it's basketball and football.
I am one of the few, very few, that come from the South Side that still talk about baseball to this day, because my dad and my granddad got me involved into baseball. I'm wearing the sweatshirt that my wife gave me of the first ever team that I loved, which was the St. Louis Cardinals, and I'm always going to keep this. Blame Ozzie Smith for that. And then same year, 82, I went to my first White Sox game. So I got love for both of them, and I always will. But I'm a South Sider. I'm a White Sox fan till I go under.
The Cardinals have been down a little bit this year.
They have.
Yeah,
they have.
I know that's not going over too well with the people in St. Louis,
Nope.
But
I know.
They always give the Cubs fits. It doesn't matter. They always give the Cubs.
You're not wrong there. St. Louis has always been a thorn in Chicago's
I remember so many times watching the Cardinals and the Cubs on WGN, listening to Harry Carey just go completely off when the Cardinals do something, and they like win the game or something like that. But it's baseball, and we love it. Legendary coach from Illinois, Rocky Hill, sitting in with us on Snowman in the morning during hour number 2. What kind of role do you have with Chicago State? I see you with the shirt on for it.
I'm on the athletic board.
Okay.
Yeah, we work around the perimeter of the athletic program and help support athletics, and that could encompass a plethora of things. Actually, we've been formed. We've been a group now for going on 2 years.
Nice.
And it's really exciting and challenging. And it's now is the right time to be a part of Chicago State athletics, because the arrow is really pointing up. We got the football coming. The basketball. I was the captain of the team at Chicago State in 1978.
Yep.
So they brought me back home to be a part of everything. And I'm so excited about it.
We're excited to talk to you.
I've got a question for Rocky.
Dog, go ahead.
How long did this take in planning to set up for this football season for you guys? Because I know usually athletics, it takes a long time, being a former athlete myself, to set up for an inaugural season. How far back in the planning stages did this go before you guys finally pulled the trigger?
It's hard for me to answer that. I started hearing about it a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And then when they started forming the athletic board, and I was surprised because just all of a sudden, Chicago State was talking about having a football team.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see it come to fruition, because talk is cheap.
Very much so. Very much so.
Talk is cheap, walking's free.
Yeah, and to start a football team, I mean, can you imagine all the things that are required for something like that? Yeah. So, it has come to fruition, and we are 2 weeks away from Division I football.
Yes.
That's insane. That's wild.
It's unbelievable.
I
have to credit our president, Dr. Z. Scott, our president, our athletic director of the year, Dr. Monique Carroll.
Yep.
Those two people right there are they have brought this thing around so much. They deserve so much of the credit for bringing this to fruition. And I just have a tip of my cap to those ladies because what they're doing is phenomenal for Chicago State and for the south side of Chicago.
Now it brings the university now full circle to have D1 football there.
Yes.
And not just have it feel like a commuter college, say like George Washington University. It brings the university full circle now because they have the main sport that they've flirted with for years and they've all talked about. But as you said, Rocky, talk is cheap. Now we're seeing it being put together. This has got to be off the roof.
Man, I went to they had a open to the public practice. I think it was Saturday. And so I stuck my head in. And I think we got like 80-something kids out there.
Wow.
I mean, just the 80-something kids. I mean, we got a great coach and the great Bobby Rome. And he has extended his arms so far out and has recruited so many kids from so many different places. It's going to be so exciting to see him put this thing together and put all the kids in the right place and get this thing going. Because 80-something kids, man, this quick, it's phenomenal.
It is. It's great. It's great to hear something that was flirted with for years during the years I broadcast there. And the question was always asked, what if we had D1 football at Chicago State? I said, oh, man, this place would be insane. Now we're seeing it come to fruition.
Hey, Brad, were you around when they built the Dickens Center? Oh, is it the Dickens Center? That's not the Dickens Center.
It's the new arena? Yeah.
The new arena.
Yeah, I was there.
Man, I feel so bad that I didn't get a chance to play in that place. We played in the PE building.
Right.
And I would have loved to have a chance to play
at the Jones Convocation Center.
The
Jones Convocation Center.
Yes.
I had a chance to christen it.
Really?
I did. I had a chance to do a couple of broadcasts in it the first year it opened.
Wow.
And I was also, when the Super Sectionals came to the Jones Center, I was the PA announcer for 1 year. I think it was 2012.
Wow.
But yeah, I had a chance to christen the Jones Convocation Center. I did Chicago State basketball there from 6 years, from 2008 to 2014.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You called me from a few of those games, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Dog was around for a few. Victor was around for a lot of them because we also filmed a lot of them and made it a true simulcast, which is why with this opportunity, I dropped an email yesterday to Monique Carroll, and I'm going to follow it up with a phone call either today or tomorrow and say, look, bring me back. I'm ready to come back.
So what's the name? What's the Chicago State what?
Cougars.
Dr. Carroll is the perfect person for this. You'll see your dealings with her. Will be enjoyable. Let me put it like this. And I'm sure she'll do anything she can to help you. That's just the kind of person that she is.
If that becomes the chief title on Snowman Multimedia and the Snowman Multimedia Sports Network, everybody's coming aboard this. Wow. That is where. Here's Rocky. I don't know if I had a chance to tell you this in our years of friendship, but this is how I got started. It was December 7th, 1995. My friend Kevin was checking out a camera from the speech and theater department, and when he came out, I said, I told my friend Kevin, can you attach a microphone to that? He said, sure. What do you have in mind? I already had a shirt and tie on. I was already dressed. So he grabbed a microphone And we went to the Jacoby Dickens Center. We got permission because the coach at that time was Craig Hodges.
Okay.
So we set up on the track upstairs, and that was against Northern Illinois, and that was my first game.
Oh,
off of a whim.
So they were playing the games in the PE building then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you said the track, that right away.
That's the PE. That's the PE building. That's the Jacoby Dickens Center. Yeah. I've done many a game in that joint. Volleyball, basketball. It's where I got started. It didn't end as well as I wanted. And I'll tell you this. Why do I want this so badly? And why do I want this to happen for the Snowman Multimedia Sports Network so badly? Chicago is my home. Mm-hmm. And I want to show my wife, Jody, where I got started. Mm-hmm. I mean, I want her with me whenever we travel anywhere. That's a given. But I want to show her where I got started and what happened and what always happens when we get ready for a game. It is crazy.
Wow.
You know what? I'll make this declaration now. If this goes to fruition and you're able to call one of those games in Chicago, I will fly from Maine to call that game with you.
You're on. And Victor's got to be in it.
Get booted and booted.
And Victor's got to be with us.
You know what, fellas? As we sit here and talk about Chicago State athletics, I have for a long time, when I played there and then afterwards, I've always felt like Chicago State could be a monster in athletics.
Yes.
On the south side of Chicago with that beautiful campus.
Yep.
There's no reason why we shouldn't be a monster. And now all of a sudden we're sneaking up on people about to be a monster.
Yep. I've wanted that in my years there. I've wanted that so badly.
Yes.
I've wanted that so badly. Shane has ridden shotgun with me via phone when I've covered a couple of games there. Victor, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you being the on-site producer and engineer there, and calling the games with me. The best season I had there because I called men's and women's basketball when the new building opened.
Yeah.
The men's basketball team had a fellow by the name of David Holston for 2.5 years, and they also had a fellow by the name of John Cantrell. You know how many times I lost my voice calling games for those guys?
Wow.
There was a game there.
Sounds familiar.
Yep. Mm-hmm. David Holston and John Cantrell went toe-to-toe, and we played Utah Valley one night in 2009. Went toe-to-toe with a fellow named Ryan Toulson, who dropped 63 points on us in a 4 overtime game.
Dang.
4 overtimes.
Wow.
If we had fun then, and I'm saying we because I'm already declaring I'm going to get this job.
Did we win the game?
No. We lost. We lost with 5 seconds left on a tip-in.
Oh, wow.
123 to 121.
Unbelievable.
Each team in regulation held a 13-point lead. Then Utah Valley had a 10-point lead, and David Holston single-handedly wiped it out with a pair, not just one, a pair of long 3-point field goals. And it was nuts from there.
Who was the AD at Chicago State? Was it what was his name?
At the time that I was there, Wayne Baskerville was there in 2008, and then Sudie Davis became the athletic director in 2009.
Sudie Dog. I went to school with Sudie Dog. We used to call him Sudie Dog. He was a great guy in track.
Yep, that was his thing.
Yep.
But there were so many times I wanted to really make that home. I had a chance to travel with both teams on a couple of occasions. Travel with the women to University of Missouri, which was crazy in and of itself because when we left, we had almost a foot of snow. When we got to Columbia, it was 61 degrees.
Wow. And you know, our women's team, Coach Irving. She's a superstar.
Yep.
In women's coaching.
She's also a very dear friend because I had the chance to call games at Whitney Young when she was the coach.
Yeah.
I had the chance to call Whitney Young's championship season when she was the coach there.
Wow. Yeah, see, so I mean, she's doing great things with our women's program, and we're blessed to have her because she is really a big timer.
Well, we're blessed to have you on the show. I will make sure that I cut this and post this so everybody can see it. And do me a favor, put in a good word for me before I call, will you? Because I want to do this.
You know what? I'm trying to think when I'll be talking to Dr. Carroll again soon, but I definitely will.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yes,
Coach,
sir.
Thank you very much.
I got one last question for you.
Go for it, Deans.
You said you work with the basketball program, right?
At Chicago State?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't work hands-on with the basketball program. I'm just on the athletic board.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
I work around the perimeter of the program.
I'm just wondering because you guys said this is your inaugural football season. Have you seen an uptick in interest from the other sports, like athletes that want to come there now that you have a football program? Seeing a different kind of athlete want to come there. Being from Connecticut, as I am, I know when UConn didn't have a football program, they were not getting the caliber of athletes that they get now that they have a football program.
Yeah.
Even the basketball program, basketball players want to go there because they want to be a part of a school that has football. They want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that kind of uptick?
It hasn't been long enough. I'm sure that uptick is coming, but it hasn't been long enough. But the coming of the football program has really upped the excitement and people's eyes on Chicago State. So once that football team starts competing, that's when that uptick is going to come, and it's going to help all of our other sports at Chicago State.
Well, my goal here.
I know a lot of programs. I know a lot of colleges that are afraid to bring the football program in because we don't want, we're a basketball school. We don't want to take away from our basketball program, and they don't realize that it'll help it rises everything. It helps everything.
Yeah, all of the small schools.
I think if you guys have a good one, it'll be able to be one of those stories that be able to say, see, look, they started this program and it helped everybody and get everybody on board to say, yeah, we can do this too.
All of the small schools that I've visited in my travels, South Dakota, Northern Iowa, all get their strength from having football teams. They get their strength from having football, and I can't wait to see the uptick at Chicago State when the football team takes the field. We're up against the break. Rocky Hill, legendary Illinois basketball coach, and my good friend joining us here on the program. Man, I got to have you back. I just got to have you back. So, and don't be surprised if I'm sitting in the booth calling football games with my crew there. That is my goal.
Well, Brad, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you. And I look forward to talking to you again. Good luck when you talk to Dr. Carroll.
Thank you.
If I see her, I'll put in a good word for you, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate you, Rocky.
Okay, hey, God bless
Thanks,
y'all.
Coach.
Man. God bless y'all.
Be safe
God bless
with the
you.
tornadoes, all right?
Please be
Here's
safe.
to a winning
Yes, sir.
season.
Wow.
That was cool.
Wow. That was one of my best interviews I've done in a long time.
That was cool.
And I know I'm gonna have to put a quarter in the swear jar, and we're up against the break before hour 3. But dog, if I get this,
we'll come back and we'll come back and recap the we'll recap the interview because I think it was really good. But we'll do that when we come back from the break.
We'll do that coming back from break. And dog,
yeah,
I get this contract. You better keep your promise.
Bubba, you get that contract. I'm going to have my black and ones ready to go.
Victor, I say the same to you.
Yes, sir.
When I get this contract landed, be ready. Because I'm investing in equipment. And yeah, I'm still going to be a truck driver, doggone it. But I'm going to be a truck driver with a broadcast contract.
There you go.
Which is going to piss a lot of people off.
And boss, I'll promise you'll be the second one in the booth. I'll be the first one working on notes.
And you know what?
You're on.
Yeah, a lot of people will be upset. And you know what? You
F
don't
'em.
care.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't give 2/5 of a half of a flying you know what. But that interview was cool. Thank you, Rocky Hill, and God bless you not only at Thornton but at Chicago State as well. We're at a break. When we come back, we'll recap hour 2 and get you ready for a potluck hour 3, which may include a little trivia. Snowman in the morning on this Wacky Wednesday. Introduce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE. Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm sorry, you're in, what are these things called?
Spices?
Spices, thank you. My brain went bleh.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Be still the beat of my heart.
Right.
In
my
person.
brain doesn't go bleh. My brain goes like the sound of the broadband dial-up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, boss.
Look, I can't tell you how many times my brain went bleh.
Right.
Right. Now, I realized something during the break, and you'll probably agree 100% with me on this.
Okay.
The way you're feeling right now reminded me of the interview I had with Mark Martin last year.
Yes.
Fully on cloud nine. You and I both felt like it was both of our best interviews, but what's the one thing they both had in common? Technical gremlins. And we both pulled both interviews out of our tail ends and made them the best ones we've ever done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. First time I had Allison Moran on, we had technical difficulties.
Yep.
Why? Because two things happened. My mixer decided to split in half via the power cord.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as soon as I got that figured out, my phone decided to split in half. What the hell is this?
I was gonna say why? Because yes, Aaron, it is you.
No, that's why we have all the quarters in the arcade.
54 after the hour, 6 before the third hour. And to illustrate what Victor said a moment ago, sometimes your brain just does go bleh, or it does this.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yep.
The good old days of playing Warcraft.
You got mail.
Thank you. Damian Hernandez with us says, I find it very interesting when y'all say y'all are not doing WNBA because of politics, but y'all bring up politics when you talk about video games and movies like the Supergirl time you guys
think that is because you follow like a brainless zombie politics.
Yep.
That's the only reason why you think that.
The golfer that complained about fans, there you go, that complained about fans.
There's no politics. There's no politics in this. It's a comic book.
Right.
And Snowman, if you don't want
no politics in why the Supergirl movie was terrible. Why? Because it didn't match this.
Right.
And people that want to make it political and say, oh, you didn't like Supergirl. You don't like girl superheroes. I have the comic books. So if I didn't like girl superheroes, I wouldn't have these. And what I'm telling you is the movie doesn't match. The movie doesn't match what's on these pages.
And he also says this, if you don't want politics in sports, why do you keep bringing up Redskins and Cleveland Indians? It's pretty simple. Those are the mascots that I grew up with watching.
And also the individuals who were native also said that those were fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was also politics that took them out.
That took the Redskins and Guardians. It was, Damian, learn your sports before you come at us, okay? It was politics in 2020, and again 2 years later, that took away the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. You know why I keep saying it on this program? I've said it 100,000 times. I'm old, and I'm old school. When I grew up watching football, they were the Washington. Man, give me this button here.
Redskins.
They were the. You know what? I'm gonna really piss them off here.
I have not met.
Mm-hmm.
How long have they been the Washington Commanders? I have not met a Washington Commanders fan.
Nor have I.
I know a hell of a lot. I know a hell of a lot of Redskins fans.
Right.
The people
they are still
you know what?
Redskins fans.
You know what? I'll even give you a celebrity name that bristles at the thought of calling his team the Washington Commanders. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah. And we're not, and Damien, we're not ignoring you. We just had a great interview on. Okay? That was priority.
That was a mint interview.
That took priority. Yeah, like I said, you still know why I call them the Washington Redskins, because that's the team I knew them as when my parents got me into football. Matter of fact, Damien, just to piss you off,
yes.
I'll just say this: when you have something relevant to sports to say, I'll listen.
So we're not. You're calling us out on RBS? Why don't you look in the mirror? Hey, hold on, Deets. There you go.
Not his strong suit.
Here's the reason why I still call them the Redskins.
So
Because
we're not
this
saying
is
BS.
my hometown. This is my hometown. This is where I grew up. We were called the Indians.
Yep.
Why? Because our town was founded by the Sachem Indians.
Hyde Park
And
High
you
School.
want to know what they did 3 years ago?
What's that?
They changed the name from Indians to Grizzlies.
Why?
There's not a bear in our town. We've never had a bear in our town. But you know what we do have? We do have Indians. We have a whole tribe. And they sanctioned it. They were fine with the name. But you know who wasn't? The people that moved there. And they didn't like the name Indians. But you know who does like the name Indians? Every damn person that went there. And that's why my boy Tommy Capone, when we play our game, we wear the Indians jerseys. So that's why I still call them the Redskins.
And
it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't. So, Damien, look in the mirror for your own BS, will you?
Like I said, self-awareness is not his strongest suit. I'm not wasting my time anymore.
Take that. Hour 3 in a deuce.
But I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's that?
If we never talk about the Redskins ever again, as a Cowboys fan, I'm okay with that.
That's true. That's also true.
Shut up. Because y'all gonna talk about the Redskins anyway when we do picks. Shut up. Both of you.
That don't mean I'm gonna pick them.
I know that.
Oh.
You never do.
Yeah, there we go.
You never do. But you talk about them.
Right.
You mention them as the Redskins.
We have to. They're in the division.
Hour 3 in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE. Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
Gerald Jones has no brains. His football acumen is the same capacity as Gun Run's moral capacity.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Will never get old. 6 after the hour, we owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world. This is Snowman Multimedia.
I'm on Alarm Island.
The is that? You, sir, are at fault.
Hemorrhoid. Lebron. Hemorrhoid.
Ball goes Benton, Caleb Williams.
Give me them cocks.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
And Father Johnson, you could go to hell.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Jesus Christ. Dietz's package is next. I'm going to work on that today while I bug the daylights, and I mean that kiddingly, to Dr. Carroll, saying, let me have a position, will you please? Damien again, and we're not going to fight. I'm just going to call you out on your BS. If y'all don't talk politics, and why the hell did Dietz say Chicagoans should fire the legislators over a stupid stadium?
The stadium, and why
Why we all complaining about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance?
Complaining about Bad Bunny. What are you talking about?
No,
I didn't even watch the doggone.
No. Since this was directed at me, why did I say? I said because if the politicians allow the Chicago Bears to leave the city of Chicago, they should all be fired. Every single resident of Chicago should vote them out and vote new people in because they have failed you. That's what I said.
So you couldn't even
I
get
said
that right.
if they allow the Chicago Bears to leave
Again.
Chicago, that is blasphemy. Plain and simple.
Give me this dog on camera.
He is trying to find an argument that he doesn't have.
Damien, we know what you're trying to do, and you're failing miserably. Miserably, because you're trying to point this show in a direction that you want it to go, but we don't go. You know why we don't go? Because this is a sports show.
You fool!
This is a sports show. We don't talk politics here. We've never talked politics here and never will. Despite what you say, despite what you want to say, despite what you ain't, and forgive me, honey, despite what you ain't got the balls to research, if you got the damn, let me borrow Stone Cold Steve Austin, please. If you got the damn guts, or let me say this, if you got the balls to research anything that we do, fine. But every time lately that you have commented on this show, somehow politics gets into your equation. Do me a favor. Erase that part of your equation, will you please? Because we don't talk politics here and never will. Vince's comment was about the politicians of Chicago failing Chicago Bear fans, you fool.
That's it. It had nothing
That's
to do
it,
with
and that's all.
Victor,
we never even spoke on.
Victor,
Listen,
you want to know what I know? You want to know what I know?
Deets, hang on a minute.
You want to know what I know about Chicago politics?
What's that?
Dr. Foot.
There we go.
Uncle Foot.
God. Uncle Foot.
Ever living.
The ever living. That's it. That's all we look. I lived in.
I need to know.
Listen, I lived in Chicago for many years. Many years I've lived in Chicago. Did I pay attention to their politics? Not a damn bit. Because I don't care.
And if you are into politics, Damien, that's fine.
We're not.
We don't want to be, at least not in this part of our day. We talk about sports and that's it. We might talk
for
about
180 minutes.
Not now.
For 180 minutes, 5 days a week, we take people's minds off of politics.
Exactly.
That is what we are charged to do. For 180 minutes, 5 days a week, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, we take people's minds off of politics, off of what's going on in the world, off of everything that could bother the daylights out of them. And y'all know I want to cuss, but I'm not going to per wife's orders.
Right.
We take people's minds to our place to have fun and challenge us in the sports world for 180 minutes. And they do. We love when they do, man. What we don't like is when fans like you try to mix in politics in this situation. I didn't even comment on the Bad Bunny Super Bowl. Why? I was asleep.
I didn't watch it. I didn't care.
I didn't watch the darn thing.
I don't think we talked about it. I don't think we talked about it.
We did. We didn't.
Other than the fact that I didn't know who the hell he was.
That's all we talked about. And that was well before the Super Bowl in Santa Clara. That's the only time we talked about Bad Bunny. We mentioned no politics about it or anything like that. Why? Who cares?
The only thing I said about Bad Bunny was I made a joke that the only thing that would have made that more watchable is if Damian Priest put him through a table. That's it. That's a wrestling joke. No one cares
And
about
no
it.
one. I'm gonna use it.
But you know what? You know what?
Hang tight, Deeds.
And to say we don't talk about politics, like we do. We don't want to. We get upset when the sports world makes us talk about politics because we want to talk about the sports. We don't want to talk about the politics behind it.
Thank you.
You know what? When it gets thrown in and it gets shoved in our face, that's when we fight back and say, we don't want to talk about this. You're forcing us to. So now we're going to give you the raw deal and say, this is how we feel about it.
And Damien, keep in mind, everybody has an opinion. What's the old joke? An opinion is like an. Everybody has one.
Here's the problem, and I'll explain to Damien this issue. If you at any point in time talked about either CC or Sophie's game, we could have a discussion.
We'll engage. We'll engage.
But not once talked about their game. What you talked about is white privilege, their MAGA comments, anything that deals with politics. You have yet to bring up anything about their game.
Damien did. And the other thing that Damien did that royally pissed me off. For the longest time, he hyped up Angel Reese. And Deets, I'm gonna give you the camera. Just a moment. Just a moment. I know that's fine, but I'm gonna give Deets the camera so he can repeat the joke that he made about Angel Reese. Go.
It's not a joke. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
Angel Reese started at the bottom and has gotten worse. If you want proof, look at the All-Star game. She got blocked by a person that was trying not to block her.
Asia Wilson, as a matter of fact. Asia Wilson.
Her shot got blocked by someone who is actively trying not to block her shot.
When we talk sports here, we talk about what happens on people's chosen fields, period. We give our thoughts about it. But give me this camera. We give our thoughts about it. We give our opinions about it. We laugh at each other because we're picking on each other in pure, unadulterated fun.
Right.
Deets and Victor pick on me all the time for loving the 49ers. Okay?
That it was.
You know, I pick on the big dog all the time because we have an argument of who's the greatest, and we both know it's 1A and 1B, Joe Montana and Tom Brady, okay? We pick on each other all the time about that. Our job here is to provide you with the best sportscast updates, the best opinions, because this is the best damn show in the world. I'm saying it right now, and doggone it, I ain't going to change it. This is the best sports show in the world. Period, point blank, end of story. At this time slot, if we beat everybody else in different time slots, then so be it. So be it. We have fun here. In fact, Damien, I love the fact that you were picking on me when the Bears and 49ers played. You were in the chat with me that night. You even said, give me this button. You, Damien Hernandez, my dear friend, where is it? Even said, quote, I got to hand it to Brock Purdy. He showed me something. Close quote. As many times as you picked on us sports-wise, that's what we love. Okay? That's what we love. And that's what we do. All right? That's what we do. And that's what we're going to continue to do. As far as politics is concerned, honey, forgive me, I don't give 2/5 of a half of a flying Hell, you want to know? I repeat, Chris Dees. Hell, you want to know my extent of Chicago politics? Uncle Foot, when we picked on her for 2.5 years. Because she looks like a foot.
And for anybody, that is a Chris Baseism.
Oh, man. Yeah,
that is the long live the legend.
Long live the legend of Chris Bass, whose episodes I'm going to recycle here beginning Labor Day week every Friday, which means we may wind up going 4 hours because an hour every Friday is going to belong to Chris Bass. In his memory, I'm going to recycle the Boom Shakalaka, and I got the first year of episodes already lined up. I got them lined up. They're going to be random as hell. Who cares? They're going to feature parts of me in the hospital recovering from cancer. Who cares? The guests that we have had on here for 12 years have served two purposes. They have fun with us, and they give great interviews. I'll add a third one. If they challenge us, great. Great. We had Chris Bass on this program for 2.5 years, making us laugh our ass off every Friday. I have Matt Taylor on this show almost every Friday talking about the Colts. And then Dietz, and I laugh at Dietz every time he does this, and then Dietz decides to throw him a curveball that makes him and me laugh. You punk. But I love you. We have fun on this program for 3 hours. That's what we... Give me this dog on camera. That is what we are...
When you get done, I'm going off.
That's what we are charged to do. And unlike you, Damien, that's what we are paid to do. So we're going to have fun. We're going to entertain people. We're going to... Give me this button. Talk a whole lot of about sports, which is what we do. And the fans are going to interact with us. They always do. Oh, and by the way, you know who I borrowed this blueprint from and it has worked for many years? Mr. Rod Peterson. My homie from Canada who has often appeared on this show, and I asked him one day, can I borrow this blueprint for Snowman in the Morning? His response, go for it. A shout to Rod Peterson and a shout to the folks at Skycron that air his show. We're going to take a break, and the dog is going to get him some. And then...
Hell yeah.
We're going to go after a break, we're going in the dog's garage, and then I have a little unfinished business with a group. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE. Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete! 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 Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm sorry, what are these things called?
Spices?
Spices, thank you. My brain went bleh.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Before the dog gets him some, Victor?
Yeah.
I'm going to shock the daylights out of you.
What?
I'm trying to find a confirmation, but last night at U.S. Cellular Field, 40,000.
Wow.
I mean, we lost 5-4, but who cares?
I mean,
it took extra innings for them to get us, but I don't care. I'm loving what the White Sox are doing this season, and 40,000.
40,000.
You do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
A full house, a sellout crowd. A sellout crowd, man.
That sounds like something to cheer for again.
Yes. I mean, these fans, and much love to these fans, have rocked with the White Sox as I have. Ups and downs, ins and outs, everything.
Best and worst times.
Best and worst times this year. And we got a 2.5 game lead. The actual attendance, 38,113. Sellout crowd.
40? About 40. That's crazy, though.
That's crazy. Okay, dog. It is your turn as we are at 25 after the hour, and it's the dog's turn. It's the dog's world, and we're just living in it. Go.
Go, dog.
So I'm doing this before I have my own lunch. So, Damien, you're going to be my appetizer.
Oh, boy.
Damien Hernandez, and I'm going to be putting a few bucks in the swear jar. Sit your bitch ass down and shut the hell up and listen for 2 seconds.
Jeez.
The first thing you bring up is the fact that we were ripping on Bad Bunny. It's not the fact that the concert was in Spanish, okay? It was the fact that the concert did not resonate. Not just with us, but with anybody in the stadium. I'm a Bad Bunny fan, okay? I love his music.
Same.
Monaco is one of my favorite songs that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But the song list, the guest appearances did not resonate. It didn't hit the same way. That's why we were ripping on it. It was the entire production itself, not the fact the concert was in Spanish and not English. We could care less. If the concert was in Spanish and we actually could resonate with it and we could actually, vibe with it, that's one thing.
Yep.
But the damn thing did not click. It didn't. That's why we were ripping on it. Yeah, we're also ripping on the politics in them video games because we're gaming fans. We're gamer heads. EA screwed the pooch 99 different ways from Sunday, and trust me, a bitch ain't one. They screwed up because they were bought by a group in Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to end up ruining EA. Just like they're going to end up ruining WrestleMania. Like they've ruined so many other events.
Correct.
That is a screw up.
Mm-hmm.
We call out screw ups. We don't call out politics.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what side of the coin it is. Okay, I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I was for the longest time before he retired. I called Jeff Gordon out on his bullshit.
Yep.
Okay, I was at the track in New Hampshire in 2001 when he jacked up Robbie Gordon after Robbie put him into Mike Wallace in turn 3 and cost Jeff the race. I called that out. I called out other times when Jeff's wrecked somebody or the crew screwed up. Okay, I'm still a Hendrick fan. And I'm still going to call out if something screws up with Larson or Chase Elliott or whoever.
Period.
But I'm also a NASCAR fan. I'm going to call out the sanctioning body if they screw up. And trust me, how many times have I done it on this show?
More times than I can count.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle it is. As I've said before, and I'm going to say it now, I'm not racist. I hate all assholes equally.
There you go.
I love it. I love it.
So plain and simple. To think that we're talking politics, we're not. We're talking about the screw-ups inside the sport. Okay? There's no such thing in this world as white privilege when it comes down to sports.
There isn't.
And I saw you use that buzz.
Even society, there's no such thing as white privilege. Because if you could tell me that a white guy who works as a janitor at a public school has more privilege than, say, someone like Oprah Winfrey or Denzel Washington or Will Smith, you have a screw loose.
I'm a 6'4", 285-pound white guy. You're gonna say I got more privilege than somebody like I don't know, Morgan Freeman, Chris Rock, somebody like that? You're full of crap. Damien, you need to realize we talk sports here. Politics don't exist. Now get the hell out of my classroom.
My turn. All right, Damien, you butthurt fool. If y'all want sports to be just sports, y'all wouldn't be doing all this complaining and crying and boycotting the WNBA and still call the sport. If y'all do love sports like y'all say y'all do. Oh, hell no. Give me this camera.
If the same thing happened to Angel Reese, would you saying the same thing?
Give me this camera.
If
Damien,
Griner, would you be saying the same thing?
Would you be saying the same thing if the same kind of treatment was happening to Angel Reese or Paige Beckers or AZ Fudd or anybody like that? Would you be opening your mouth?
You'd be quiet.
Probably not.
The only reason why you're saying it now is because it's the people you don't like, so you don't think it's a problem. That's why you're opening your mouth. You don't try to debate, you will lose.
As I've said many, many times over. And Damien, get this right, will you please? I stepped away from the W because of its happenings. Not just to Caitlin Clark, not just to Sophie Cunningham, not just to the Indiana Fever, but across the league. The Fever just happened to be my home team, in which I have seen some absolute bullshit happen. Go back and look at my broadcast. Go back and look at Game 5 of the WNBA semifinals between the Las Vegas Aces and the Indiana Fever. You want to know why I went completely the fuck off? That sixth foul with 2:05 left in regulation against Aaliyah Boston. Because as much as I hate to say it to A'ja Wilson fans, and I love A'ja Wilson in her game, she was getting worked over and always gets worked over by Aaliyah Boston. In fact, I'll say it plainly. A'ja Wilson, multiple-time MVP and 4-time champion, is afraid of Aaliyah Boston because Aaliyah Boston works her over in the post every single dadgum time.
And here's a fun fact. Aaliyah Boston isn't white.
Aaliyah Boston dog walks her. Let's be real.
Aaliyah Boston dog walks A'ja Wilson. Oh, by the way, Damien, neither one of them is white. I call out BS on both sides of the ball. And every time I call out the BS, it ain't politics. Period. I don't like politics. I can't stand politics. And I hate when you try to work them into the show and try to bait us into talking about them. The only time we talk politics is when, as Deet said earlier in the show, it is thrown in our faces. And boy, do we get pissed the bloody hell off when it is thrown in our faces. In any sport. It just so happens that this year, the feature is the WNBA and how backwards it's going. I've seen it. We've all seen it coming. The day, and I'm going to piss you off, Damon, by saying this, the day Caitlin Clark was drafted was the first time Deets gave me the warning. Okay? You've hung out, Damon, with some of my broadcasts. You hung out while I was doing play-by-play. You cannot say that I was showing favoritism to any team or anybody. You can say that I got emotional whenever something happens to the Indiana Fever, A, because that's my home team, and B, I see some bullshit. I had a chance to talk to the great John Rooney, who is the radio voice of the St. Louis Cardinals and was the radio voice of the White Sox for 18 years. You know, the best advice he gave me is the same advice my dad gave me. Behind the microphone, be yourself. Dad said, be yourself and be fair. That's the best advice I've ever gotten and the best advice I've ever taken and the best advice I've ever used and will continue to use heading into season 31. If I see some bullshit coming out, no matter who the team is, I'm going to call it out. Hell, you've been with me when I called out some bullshit on my 49ers. You can't say I did not do that. Matter of fact, fellas, 2023 NFC Championship, I went completely off on the 49ers at the half, and they wound up winning the darn thing.
I was actually the one that talked you off the ledge.
You and Drew Willingham talked me off the ledge. You know another game where they had to talk? You know another game where they had to talk me off the ledge? When we were playing the Connecticut Sun last year, and they got down by as many as 21. 3 times. At halftime, I didn't even look at the stats. I look at the play on the court, and there was no energy. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Gina, for this wonderful comment. You are real, Snowman. Thank you. That's the biggest way I have gotten through 30 years of doing play-by-play. Labor Day will start season 31, and hopefully a few days before then, I'll be at SeatGeek Stadium with my crew calling the first ever Chicago State game, and I can hand both of my crew members a check saying, thank you. That is my goal. No, it's not favoritism. It's a choice of subjects. You stupid fool. It's about being true to who you are. It's about me being true to the crew that is with me. It's about being true to the fans that are with me. And I don't cry about Caitlin Clark or Sophie Cunningham. I don't show favoritism because I call out what happens both ways. Caitlin Clark missed 2 big free throws against Las Vegas. I said it aloud right here. Hell, Jay Spivey said it with me.
Once again, he's not paying attention and he's missing the point again.
And when you called out that Panthers fan for wanting to talk about Panthers and not about the 49ers isn't favoritism, no.
That was not favoritism.
That was not favoritism.
That was the Panthers fan favoritism because he only wanted to talk about the Panthers.
Not the Panthers. For us, that's comedy. For us, that's comedy. And we have fun with it every single dadgum time.
Once again, you missed the point. Again.
Man, you missed the point so many times. DJ Moore would be proud of you.
You missed the point so much. LeBron James would be proud of you.
Let me sum up dogs. Let me just add to Dog's rant and add to Snowman.
By all means, Deets.
By all means, go.
We did talk about Bad Bunny and his concert. What we did say, and what I have always said, because I said it on Fifth Down Sports Show and I said it on this program when it happened, I didn't know who Bad Bunny was, didn't know who he was, and then I saw the concert and it didn't inspire me to go look at anything else. I said the same exact thing about Bruno Mars.
Yep.
Before Bruno Mars' halftime show. I said, I don't know who Bruno Mars is. I saw his halftime show and I said, holy crap. I want to go check out this guy. And I want to go check out this guy's catalog because even though I didn't know what the songs were, the performance was great. And I loved his performance and I wanted to go see more of him.
Bruno,
I didn't feel that. I didn't feel
Bruno lit it up
from the Bad Bunny show.
Bruno,
like, okay, that's Bad Bunny. Okay, that's who he is. People like him. That's fine. That's fine. I don't want to go. I don't need to go see any more of them. But Bruno Mars killed it, and that's what I compared the show to. I compared it to. Does it make me want to go research his stuff? And his show didn't. Bruno Mars killed it. Had one of the best halftime shows I've ever seen. And newsflash, Bruno Mars ain't white.
I'll give you a halftime show.
And here's where I'm backing. So that's where I'm backing up Dog. Let me back up Snowman here for a second. And
here we go.
Back up what Snowman just said. Because I have to clarify something because people like Damien don't understand words that are said. When I say I don't care, it doesn't mean I hate something. It doesn't mean I like something. It means I do not care enough to hate it. I don't care enough to like it. It means I do not pay attention to it. When I talk about Angel Reese, it's not because Angel Reese and the color of her skin. It's because Angel Reese gets blocked by shot. She gets her shot blocked by people who are not trying to block her. She misses shots that regular people that anybody who's played basketball should make. And she shoots 900 of them and she misses layups right by the hoop.
Right underneath the hoop.
That's why I talk about her game. I don't care about her race. I don't talk about Caitlin Clark because she's white. I talk about Caitlin Clark because she's getting pounded into the dirt. I talk about Caitlin Clark because I notice what's happening with Caitlin Clark. And I point it out every time that she's bringing fans to the arena.
Say that again. Say that again, please.
Her. Embrace the fact that she's bringing people to the arena. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about whether she brings attention to the game.
Whether she's bringing more attention to the game being on the cover of 2K27 Deluxe Edition.
This is where I take the camera. You know, a lot of people have gotten a hold of me. A lot of people have gotten a hold of me asking this very question. Quote, how can Caitlin Clark be on the cover of 2K27 when she hasn't won anything? Close quote. I'll answer that with one sentence. Watch her games. we knew Caitlin Clark was going to bring, I'll say it plainly, honey, forgive me. We knew Caitlin Clark coming into the W was going to put asses in the seats.
How
There
many
has not
games
been-
of hers did you and I call?
There has not been another player.
Who's on the men's cover?
Wemby on the
And
regular.
Derrick Rose.
D Rose.
How many championships between both of them?
None.
By the way,
The same amount as Caitlin Clark. Nobody has a problem with Derrick Rose being on the cover. Nobody has a problem with Wemby being on the
Wembanyama
cover.
being on the cover. But they have a problem with Caitlin Clark being on the cover. Dog, go ahead.
Just to clarify, there is also a Champions Edition with Jalen Brunson on the cover.
Well, there you go. There's your champion. There's your championship cover.
Exactly.
I love Playmaker to death. I love Playmaker to death. But even he has said Caitlin will not win a WNBA championship. But he said it while putting Juju Watkins in the conversation, who's a hell of a player.
Yep.
Hannah Hidalgo in the conversation, who's another hell of a player who I can't wait to see play in the W.
Yep.
He said Caitlin Clark has 3 years. Wrong answer, Playmaker, and I love you dearly. But Caitlin Clark has her entire career. If it takes 7 years for the iconic Michael Jordan to win his first title, the first of 6, then dadgummit, if it takes Caitlin Clark 7 years to win her first, I'm there for it. The Indiana Fever is my team. Caitlin Clark is my favorite player. Asia Wilson's the best player in the league, but the most popular player right now has always been Caitlin Clark since the moment she was drafted. You want to talk about agendas, Damian Hernandez? How about this? There has been an agenda against Caitlin Clark since the moment she was drafted. The look on Kathy Engelbert's face should tell you everything you need to know. Then the Fever signed Sophie Cunningham. They signed Sophie Cunningham. So you got 3 of the best shooters in the league right now: Sophie Cunningham, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark. You got 3 of the best shooters on the team. Stephanie White's coaching practices, I question a little bit, but more on that later. You got 3 of the best shooters in the league on the same team.
Yes.
And you know something, Damian, that you don't call out, that you don't understand, but we do? You know how many points the Fever are averaging per game? How about 100.5? How about the team in the Indiana Fever this year that is now holding the record for the most 100-point games in a season, and the season ain't even done yet? How about the fact that the Fever are 9 games above 500, can easily, with a healthy squad, run the doggone table, just like the Aces did last year, and gulp, win the championship. Damian, go ahead, dog.
But what
I was
happened?
gonna say.
What happened?
Go ahead, dog. Go ahead, dog.
I mean, you just talked about Playmaker and giving her a 3-year. Last time I checked, this is year 3.
It is. But you want to talk about the look on people.
Last time I checked, Caitlin Clark missed damn near an entire year of basketball last year.
Yep.
So
yeah,
are you counting that as her second year, or are you
Dee,
counting this? I mean, what happens if they do win it all this year?
Now,
Does everything get walked away?
Let's go to the dog.
I got to bring up a point because you were talking about the look on Kathy Engelbert's face when Caitlin was drafted.
Yep.
What about the look on her face when they handed her the Commissioner's Cup?
Thank you. Read my mind. That was the next point I was going to. And I want to back up Dietz for something he pointed out to me the night of that Commissioner's Cup championship game in Minnesota. That four-letter network was putting stories out before the game even started that the Lynx will crush the Fever when the opposite happened. And oh, by the way, Damian Hernandez, CC rang up 28 points in that game. The Fever trailed by 13 and won by 15. Let me say that. Give me this camera. Let me say that again. In that Commissioner's Cup championship, The Fever were down by 13 with 7 minutes left in the first half. You know what the Fever did? Pitched a shutout.
I was going to say it for those loud enough in the back of the old barn in Indianapolis.
My pleasure. The Fever were down by 13. Timeout was called with 7.5 minutes left in the first half, and the Fever pitched a shutout the rest of the half and turned a 13-point deficit into a 5-point lead, which they stretched to 7 at the end of 3 and won by 15 on enemy turf. On enemy turf. That's what we talk about. That's what we point out. Mistakes always, both ways. Hell, how mad did I get during the 49ers game against the Bears when the first play, Brock Purdy throws a pick six? Yes, the 49ers are my team, and they forever will be. But I call out their mistakes. I call out their play calling. Same with the Fever. Same with the Indianapolis Colts.
Same with me and the Patriots. Same with me and the Red Sox. Same with me and the Celtics. Yeah. And how many times, again, that game you and I had, 49ers, New England. How bad did I go off on New England?
When George the Animal Kittle made that catch among 3 Patriots.
Yep.
Among 3 Patriots, y'all. At halftime, dog went nuts.
Yeah. I was not afraid to. I will call out my own team's bullshit. I'm not afraid to.
That's what we all do. That's what we all do here.
There's a clip. There's a clip. Victor knows it very well. How many times did I call the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Put somebody in the middle of the gosh darn field.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I was telling my team, there's nobody there.
Right.
I'm calling my team out. If I was playing favoritism, I would have said, oh, the Cowboys are lining up. They're playing some pretty good defense. No, I said the Cowboys are playing garbage.
What did I always call Mike McCarthy? Pennywise the Clown.
Pennywise the Clown.
There's reasons why. Now, if I was a Cowboys
by the way,
lover, I would have been...
I'll actually give you a real quick chuckle, Victor. I ran into somebody kind of famous one time, and I let him know you said that, and he kind of got a chuckle after I showed him the picture. The person I ran into was Stephen King.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
He got a chuckle.
Love it.
Stephen still lives in Bangor up here, so I had a chance to run into him one time.
That's
crazy. Oh, by the way, Damien, by the way, you say we don't call out things against our teams? Listen to this.
Put somebody in the middle of the goddamn field. Like, it's not hard.
And, of course, the clip before that Deets wanted me to get, and I finally got. Matter of fact, I'll just play them all in order. This is what started it.
I don't even care what. I don't know what we're streaming to. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. It's pissing me the hell off.
Followed by,
put somebody in the middle of the goddamn field. Like, it's not hard.
Now, you see the score at the bottom of the screen at that time, right, Damien? I assume you do. Later on, when the Cowboys were charging back in the game, this happened.
Here he is, back in the shotgun, takes a snap, steps back, throws to Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
No, if he threw to Jesus Christ, it would have been a touchdown.
You realize,
ask everyone in South Bend.
Deets, do you realize we're going to use the hell out of that, right?
Oh yeah, one of them. I expect nothing less.
Hey, if they end up putting a hole in Alarm Island, they're going to put a hole in that.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Damien, listen again.
Here he is, back in the shotgun, takes a snap, steps back, throws to Jesus Christ,
and he's wearing a Cowboy jersey.
Yeah.
If that doesn't tell you something about how fair and balanced we are in calling games and talking about them, then my friend, in the immortal words of the late great Keith Jackson, and Deets, this is for you. If that doesn't whet your appetite, you're watching the wrong channel.
I was wearing my Patriots jersey when we were doing the Niners-Pats game, and I was flipping New England. Come on.
Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitch. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? By the way, since it's Wednesday,
this moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
Somehow still being paid for by the
CTM.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
Get us out of here.
One more thing. In a world.
What?
Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. And we hope you tune in tomorrow to the best sports show on the planet. So long, everybody. This one's for Jen. CC and Sophie are the GOAT. Pass it on. See you later.
And if you're not down